Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age gracefully, living long and active lives, while others struggle with health issues as they get older? If you've ever felt like your energy is fading, or you worry about how to stay strong and independent in the years ahead, you're not alone. But what if I told you there's a place in the world where people routinely live to 90, even 100 years old, while staying active, sharp, and full life? That place is Japan. Specifically, regions like Okinawa, where seniors aren't just living longer, they're thriving. Their secret isn't just good genetics. In fact, scientists have found that only about 20 to 30% of longevity is determined by our genes. The rest? It's lifestyle. The way you eat, move, and even think can determine whether you spend your later years feeling strong and full life or struggling with health problems. So, what's their secret? What can we learn from the seniors of Japan to improve our own health and add years, quality years, to our lives? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. And I think you'll be surprised by how simple some of these habits are to adopt. Let's start with one of the biggest factors behind Japan's long and healthy lives: their diet. Now, I know you probably heard that eating healthy is important, but in Japan, it's not just about eating vegetables or cutting back on sugar. It's about a whole philosophy of eating that keeps them strong, lean, and full of energy well into their 80s and 90s. One of their key habits is something called hara hachibu. It's a simple practice that means eating until you're about 80% full. Instead of stuffing themselves until they can't eat another bite, they stop when they're satisfied but not completely full. Why does this matter? Because overeating, especially as we age, puts a strain on the body. It forces our digestive system to work harder, increases inflammation, and can lead to weight gain, all of which contribute to aging faster. Think about the last time you had a big, heavy meal. Did you feel sluggish afterward? Maybe a little bloated or tired? That's because your body had to divert a lot of energy just to process all that food. Now imagine doing that every day for years. It takes a toll. But by simply eating a little less, just stopping before you feel completely full, you give your body a break. And over time, this small habit can have a huge impact on your health. But it's not just about how much they eat. It's also what they eat. In Japan, meals are built around nutrient-dense foods that nourish the body and protect against disease. Fresh vegetables, seaweed, fish, tofu, and fermented foods like miso and natto are staples. These aren't just random choices. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that fight inflammation and keep the body functioning at its best. For example, let's talk about one of Japan's superfoods, sweet potatoes. In Okinawa, one of the longest living populations in the world, people eat a lot of purple sweet potatoes. And these aren't just tasty. They're loaded with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which protect the body from damage and keep the brain sharp. Studies have shown that these antioxidants can help prevent cognitive decline, reduce the risk of heart disease, and even support a healthy immune system. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's great, but I don't live in Japan. I can't eat all these exotic foods. And that's completely okay. You don't have to eat exactly like the Japanese to benefit from their habits. The key is to incorporate more whole, natural foods into your diet. Fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and foods rich in antioxidants. And most importantly, to practice mindful eating, try this. At your next meal, pay attention to when you start feeling satisfied. Not stuffed, but just comfortably full. Stop eating at that point. See how you feel afterward. Over time, this simple shift can help with digestion, energy levels, and even maintaining a healthy weight. And speaking of staying strong and healthy, there's another thing the Japanese do differently that has a huge impact on longevity. And it has nothing to do with diet. It's movement, but not in the way most people think. In many parts of the world, exercise is seen as something you do at the gym, lifting weights, or running on a treadmill. But in Japan, movement is built into everyday life. Seniors are known to sit around all day watching TV or scrolling on their phones. They walk everywhere. They garden, they do household chores. They stay active in simple, natural ways. In fact, studies have found that people in long-living communities like Okinawa move naturally throughout the day, rather than relying on structured exercise routines. And this constant low-impact movement helps keep their joint healthy, their muscles strong, and their hearts in great shape. Now, that doesn't mean you need to start training for a marathon. But finding ways to stay active, whether it's walking, stretching, or even just doing some light housework, can make a huge difference in how you feel. The goal is to keep moving in a way that feels natural and enjoyable. And here's something interesting. Many seniors in Japan also practice gentle exercises like Tai Chi and Qigong. These movements aren't just good for the body. They're also incredibly beneficial for the mind. They help with balance, flexibility, and even stress reduction, which is another key factor in longevity. The truth is, aging well isn't about extreme diets or punishing workout routines. It's about small, sustainable habits that nourish both the body and the mind. Now that we've talked about how the Japanese approach food and movement, let's dive into another powerful secret behind their long, healthy lives: their sense of purpose. In Japan, there's a concept called ikigai, which roughly translates to reason for being. It's the idea that having a clear purpose in life, a reason to wake up in the morning, keeps you happier, healthier, and even helps you live longer. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that when you have something meaningful to do, something you're excited about, you feel more alive? Maybe it's a hobby you love, a skill you enjoy, or simply spending time with family. When you have a reason to keep going, it gives you energy. It keeps your mind sharp and your heart full. And science backs this up. Studies have found that people with a strong sense of purpose have lower stress levels, better heart health, and even reduced risk of diseases like Alzheimer's. It's as if your body knows you still have things to do, so it works harder to keep you going. In places like Okinawa, seniors don't just retire and stop contributing to society. Many of them continue working in some way, whether it's tending to a garden, helping in a community, or mentoring younger generations. And even those who don't work still stay engaged with life. They have hobbies, friendships, and daily routines that keep them mentally and physically active. Now, you might be thinking, that's great for them, but what if I don't know what my purpose is? That's completely okay. Your ikigai doesn't have to be something big or dramatic. It doesn't mean you have to start a new career or change your whole life. It can be something simple, something that brings you joy and gives your days meaning. For some people, it's taking care of grandchildren. For others, it's volunteering, gardening, painting, or learning a new skill. The key is to find something that makes you feel connected to life. So here's a little challenge for you. Take a moment to think about what makes you feel truly happy. What are the small things that bring you joy? Is there something you used to love doing but haven't made time for lately? Maybe it's as simple as writing, playing music, or sharing wisdom with younger generations. Whatever it is, start making it a part of your daily routine, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes a day. Because when you have a reason to wake up in the morning, it changes everything. It gives you a sense of direction. It keeps you moving forward. And most importantly, it keeps your mind and spirit young. But having a purpose isn't the only secret to longevity. There's another key factor that plays a huge role in Japanese culture: strong social connections. In Japan, seniors don't isolate themselves. They don't spend all their time alone in front of a screen. Instead, they stay deeply connected to their families, friends, and communities. In places like Okinawa, there's even a tradition called moai, a lifelong social support group where people check in on each other, share meals, and offer emotional and financial support when needed. This sense of belonging is a huge reason why they live longer, happier lives. Studies have shown that loneliness is just as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases stress, weakens the immune system, and even raises the risk of heart disease and dementia. But having strong relationships does the opposite. It boosts happiness, reduces stress, and even helps you live longer. Think about the last time you had a great conversation with a friend or spent time with loved ones. Didn't it make you feel lighter? More energized? That's because human connection is one of the most powerful medicines in the world. But here's the thing. Building strong relationships isn't about having a huge group of friends. It's about quality over quantity. Even just having a few close connections, people you trust and can share life with, can make all the difference. So, if you ever feel lonely, don't wait for others to reach out first. Take the first step. Call a friend. Join a local group. Even something as simple as chatting with a neighbor can brighten your day and strengthen your sense of community. And if you're thinking, I'm too old to make new friends, let me tell you, it's never too late. Some of the most meaningful connections happen later in life. It just takes a little effort to put yourself out there. Now, before we move on to our final key habit, let's take a moment to reflect. We've talked about the power of mindful eating, natural movement, having a sense of purpose, and staying socially connected. But there's still one more essential habit that ties everything together, and it's something so simple, yet so often overlooked. There's one last key habit that ties everything together: stress management and a positive outlook on life. Now, let's be honest. Stress is a part of life. We all go through challenges, whether it's dealing with health issues, financial worries, or losing loved ones. But what makes the difference isn't whether we experience stress. It's how we handle it. In Japan, especially in places like Okinawa, seniors have a much more relaxed approach to life. They don't rush through their days in a constant state of anxiety. Instead, they embrace the idea of shikata jienai, which means it can't be helped or let it go. It's a mindset that allows them to accept the things they can't change, rather than worrying about them endlessly. Think about how much stress we create for ourselves by holding on to things we can't control, whether it's regrets from the past, worries about the future, or frustrations about things we wish were different. But the truth is, stress isn't just a feeling. It has real effects on your body. It raises blood pressure, weakens the immune system, and even speeds up aging. But here's the good news. Just like the people in Japan, you can train your mind to handle stress in a healthier way. One of the simplest things you can do is practice gratitude. Every day, take a moment to focus on the good in your life. Whether it's a beautiful sunrise, a kind word from a friend, or even the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still able to experience life. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, and that shift alone can bring more peace into your life. Another powerful habit is deep breathing and relaxation techniques. In Japan, many seniors practice Tai Chi meditation or simply take quiet walks in nature. These activities help calm the mind, lower stress levels, and improve overall health. But you don't have to do anything complicated. Even something as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you feel stressed can make a difference. Try it right now. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold for a moment and exhale slowly. Feel the tension leave your body. It's a small habit, but over time, it can help you feel calmer and more in control. And finally, perhaps the most important lesson we can learn from Japanese longevity is the power of joy. If you look at older adults in Japan, you'll notice something. They laugh, they play, they enjoy life. Even at 80, 90, or beyond, they still find reasons to smile. They don't let age define them or hold them back. They stay curious. They keep learning. They surround themselves with positive people. And that's something we can all do, no matter our age. Life isn't meant to be just about getting through the days. It's about truly living them. So, do more what makes you happy. Dance in your living room. Sing along to your favorite songs. Try something new. Age isn't a barrier. It's just a number. So let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've learned. The Japanese live longer and healthier not because of one magical secret, but because of simple, consistent habits. Eating well, moving naturally, having purpose, staying socially connected, managing stress, and embracing joy. And here's the best part. You don't have to move to Japan to benefit from these habits. You can start right now, right where you are. Choose one small change today. Maybe it's eating more whole foods, calling a friend, practicing gratitude, or just taking a deep breath and letting go of stress. Because at the end of the day, longevity isn't just about living longer. It's about living better. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Which of these habits do you already practice, and which one will you start today? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who could use a little inspiration. Here's to living your best life at any age.